It feels like when you're older, like Aaron Rodgers at 36, how many more opportunities will he get to be in this position again? And you start to wonder, we talked about Drew Brees a couple of weeks ago. What would a second Super Bowl mean for him? Oh, would he be better than Peyton Manning? Would he be remembered as better than Peyton Manning? Aaron Rodgers gets one more. Now you move into that top 5 category probably in a lot of people's minds. And you would probably move ahead of Peyton Manning. I don't know but it feels like it's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers would have a chance modern day to be able to move into that second spot. And before the Niner fans rail against me, Aaron Rodgers is a more decorated quarterback than Joe Montana with winning MVPs. Now, Joe won 4 Super Bowls, but I get the feeling if Aaron Rodgers gets a second, Aaron Rodgers could be looked at as the second best quarterback of the modern era at that position. Just, my gut feeling with that. Now, would I put Montana up there instead? I would, because he won 4 Super Bowls. And if we're going to use that as you win another one, you get to bump up the list. Well, if you don't, then I'm going to have you down. That's how we keep score at that position. Like it or not, that's how we keep score. I think John Elway's the best quarterback of the modern era. But, he lost Super Bowls, and that was held against him. Yeah, Paul.
But those last 2 changed everything for Elway, like they would do with Rodgers, because Elway would be called the most talented quarterback of all time if he didn't have those 2 Super Bowls. Like Aaron Rodgers, people always qualify Aaron Rodgers. Nobody can do what he does. He's the most physically gifted quarterback of all time. He's the most talented, but they can't say he's the greatest because of the resume isn't there.
Yeah, we qualify what we say about Aaron Rodgers. He's the most gifted quarterback that we've ever seen. Okay. Is he the best quarterback we've ever seen? Elway is as gifted as anybody who's played that position. He can move. He played baseball as well as football, and he had a great arm, and he was clutch too. On big stages, he was really clutch. They were so overmatched when they got to the Super Bowl. Those ones that he lost, those 3 that they were blown out, they were so overmatched and Elway took a suspect offense into those Super Bowls. And, once he had an offensive line and he had Terrell Davis, Elway got those Super Bowls. Yes, McLevin.
What if Russell Wilson goes on a run here? What would that do for his legacy?
Oh, Russ.
With this team, he's up there.
He doesn't have the stats, but he'll have the status. There's a difference in that. But if he completes that pass against the Patriots, now he's got 2 Super Bowls in his first 5 years. Then all of a sudden it's different. I don't think he'll ever be viewed as, and maybe not a top 10 quarterback. I don't think, because I don't think that Seattle was putting him in a position where he gets to just do what the other quarterbacks get to do. I think he's asked to do more than any other quarterback, except for Lamar Jackson this year. It feels like, they're always in a close game, and then they allow Russell to be Russell in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Paul.
He's starting to catch up with some people stat-wise because he never has 45 touchdowns, but he always has 33 touchdowns. And he doesn't have a lot of picks.
But they may look pedestrian, though, 33 by the time all said and done.
Sure, but if he has 15 of those years, then you start getting somewhere. Because he's 31, and, it's 34 touchdowns, 35 touchdowns, 31
touchdowns. How many does
touchdowns.
he have total?
227 at age 31. He'll finish with an easy 400, which is, I know that's way down compared to other guys.
No, still, that's impressive.
But he's going to have very few picks. He's going to have no losing seasons.
He'd have to have the no losing season is key, and another Super Bowl would do wonders for, I think, where he'll end up on that top 10.
And to never miss a start at that position when you take a lot of hits, that's going to go a long way. He hasn't missed a start, and he's 31.
Yes, McLovin.
I think he'll get people with passer rating because he never throws picks and touchdowns, but his yards per game are never going to be.
Yeah, but if you start to
18 guys who have better yards per game career-wise.
But if you look at the ratio of touchdowns to interceptions, Aaron Rodgers is going to embarrass everybody when it's all said and done.
It's insane.
It is.
But Russell's like B to him. He's a B. He's not going to catch him, but he never throws picks.
But what Aaron Rodgers does, and playing outdoors, half of his games at Lambeau. And he just doesn't throw interceptions. Now, I say that, and he throws 3 this weekend. But if you look at those numbers, and granted, it's a different NFL because the older NFL, you were throwing the ball deep. This is about completions, just moving the chains here, and it's become the new running game. When I was growing up, you actually, like Darryl LaMonica was called the Mad Bomber because he threw it deep. The Raiders, with Cliff Branch, they wanted to beat you deep. Warren Wells. Yes, Paul.
In the past 10 years, Aaron Rodgers, his worst season at interceptions was 8. He always averages like 6, 4, 2, but his touchdowns are down. Russell Wilson in the past 3 years has about a dozen more touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, McLevin.
Russ is 4th all-time in pass interception percentage.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is 1, and it's not close. So there's 2 other guys in there. I don't know who.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.